Hey, name's OP. How you doing? We get a crazy banner today, like a ridiculously good banner. It's possibly a trap. I'm almost certain that it's a trap. Not that kind of trap though. That's an actual trap. But if you don't know the banner in question here, it is the Thanksgiving Majestic Advent. This thing is featuring a ton of Ascended characters, including some very big names here. And at first I thought this was just going to be like a Ascended All-Star banner, which is pretty cool, but I won't lie to y'all, they have some stinkers on here. Some real deal stinkers. But let's talk about the good ones first. Kirisame, he's better protection than a Magnum. And I'm not talking about a gun. Really, you just gotta supply him with like enough art gauge. That's probably the only issue he has. I do, to an extent, kind of wish he had the similar thing as like Thetis, and I think there's another character that has it as well, where whenever they get hit, they get art gauge. I just like that passive. I think it's really cool. But he already has a lot in his kit. It's so loaded. He's the only taunt tank still that's able to cleanse damage res down. You all know how powerful that is. And yeah, I mean, even now, he's still really good. If you get him, just make sure you do really invest into him, like with Truth of Eternity and all that, and you should be fine. Ultimate Paladin Roy, long slash white hair, pretty decent sized sword, can shoot a gun, which I guess that's one thing that he has over this guy. This unit is probably the most busted character on the banner. If you look at any tier list, you all know that Ultimate Paladin Roy is always at the top. It's for a good reason. That Phantom Bullet is just way too strong, man. 200 arc gauge to everybody whenever you use it, plus it's damn near instant. If you're not using the Phantom Bullet, then he has tons of arc gauge that he can give to the entire team, plus a pretty solid physical damage buff. Still one of the best water units in the entire game and just best units in general. He can kind of be used anywhere too. It's not just like a mono water only type character. And with the amount of Grand Crusade equips plus just equips in general, you could definitely make an equip set that guarantees he gets pretty much 300 arc gauge right out the gate, so he can instantly use that Phantom Bullet. In nuke settings, he's great for that because that's just 200 arc gauge to everyone. In farming, he's great because arc gauge is good, and sustain, he's great because arc gauge is still good. And yeah, I mean, what else is there to say? Arc gauge fills up your arts, which makes you do big damage, which makes all your neurons fire off, and Monkey Brain happy. War God Finn is on this banner as well, which is kind of interesting. I mean, I'm definitely not opposed to it, but considering he's also part of the Forever Summon this time around, I could see people kind of skipping out on him. I mean, War God Finn, even though he's old, not that old though, he has a lot of stuff in his kit that just kind of makes him a little bit timeless. Equip CT, very strong. Super Art doesn't really deal as much damage as other characters now, but still can hit relatively hard. I think the biggest part of his kit though is his passive. Tactics is just such a good passive, man. 50 arc gauge to everybody. As soon as you load into a quest, you can actually use this alongside Ultimate Paladin Roy. A good way to kind of supercharge him. War God Finn's kind of similar to Ultimate Paladin Roy. Like, sure, you can run him on like his mono team. That's fine, you know, if you want to do that. But he has so much going for him that's just like, yeah, man, you kind of want to use this guy everywhere if you need to. Like, I still use him. I don't even know how many runs I have, but that's how many runs I have on him. Star God's on here. I love me some Star God. Not in that way though. Star God and War God Finn are very similar to me. Like, they're just kind of timeless characters that will always be around. Star God gives you tons of equipment CT speed, also not to mention arc gauge that's specifically just from the skill, so you don't even have to worry about getting arts to activate it. She's also an incredible magic damage buffer that can do a lot of work with tons of different magic characters, especially if you guys recently picked up Railgun from the Index collab. Put Railgun and Star God on the same team. Ooh, so much damage. The biggest thing she's known for though is the recast feature, the most broken thing in this entire game. Being able to instantly reset and equip like Type 0 or another type of support item or your magic item is incredibly good. It's very, very strong and very fun. She's gonna be great for you. Even if you don't have like magic characters, she's still a very phenomenal support with just pretty much everybody. And lastly, we have FM Heart. FM Heart is a little bit different from Star God and all of them. They're kind of good on every situation. I think you do have to play around FM Haruto just a tiny bit, since FM Haruto likes to be on low health to kind of do all of his stuff. But if you're able to play around that little gimmick that he has, he's very strong. Like, he gives your team tons of arc gauge, and then he refunds himself the arts as well, so he can kind of just go right back into that loop. He gives himself tons of arts too, with an overtime arc gauge buff that he has on his true art, if I'm not mistaken. If you see that true art, it lasts for a while. In most cases, you're not going to be using this twice. You definitely need this guy's true weapon though. His true weapon just gives him so much additional damage. And make sure he's not a team that can protect him, like a Shiro Emiya with a barrier, or Kirisame for an example. Putting that shield in front of him just to make sure that nothing happens to him, because he can do a lot of work, but if he gets touched, he'll die. Azel is back. I think this is the first time we've seen him since his debut, and I think Azel's cool. I mean, he's a solid unit. I don't really want to call him a stinker, but he definitely has some issues. I think if you use him in Grand Crusade and build him, he's actually really strong. Just like some other characters on this list, he definitely needs a team around him, he's gonna be okay. But that's about it. He's just okay. You also have units like Long. Now, Long kind of had a redemption arc. I feel like people don't see this guy as just a terrible unit like they used to. Just because there's a good amount of stuff in the game now that requires bleed. And Long's one of the best characters just to deal with that mechanic. But like comparing him to someone like Ultimate Paladin Roy, you can definitely see the disparity in power, right? Ellen is on this list. She really needs a mono earth team to function, in my opinion. If you're not using a pretty strong mono earth team around her, she looks very lackluster in a lot of cases. I've tried to make her work more times than I can count, and I just don't think the payout is worth it. But hey, if you're an Ellen enjoyer, you love how she looks and everything, go on ahead. Try to see if you can luck out and get her. Now, that's everybody. I'm pretty sure. If I missed one, my bad. Oh wait, isn't Demon Edge Berwick on this banner? If Berwick's on this banner and you're new, just hope you don't get him, because I feel like he's one of the most unfriendly new player characters you can get. So now comes the question, after I've rambled about all these units. Does it tickle your fancy? Should you summon? Should you not? What's the deal? In my opinion, I'm treating this kind of similar to an all-star banner, where if you're brand new, you're gonna have so much value. Or if you're someone that's missing a lot of units in this banner, that's where the value's coming from. The more you're missing, the more valuable this banner is. If you're someone who's only missing a couple of characters, this banner is still pretty good, but the likelihood of you getting something new is relatively low. So with that idea in mind, if you're brand new, you should absolutely do a summon on this banner, at least 1, 2, however many you want to do. You won't regret it, and everybody that you get is going to be useful. Not to that same extent though, you probably won't be able to ascend them instantly because you have to do Summoner's Road or you have to do the AFK, so that's gonna suck. But hey, eventually you would have a really strong character in your box. To my vets, same ordeal. If you're missing a few characters, or if you want to try to get like a certain unit that's on this banner, knock yourself out. I wouldn't go too crazy though, just because we still have Young Emperor coming out, which his maintenance is apparently around November 27th. Not to mention too, I'm almost positive that in December we'll be having Kill la Kill for Christmas. So if you're saving for any of that, be mindful when summoning on this banner here. Also, if you want to be super careful, then I guess you could wait and save till the new pity system gets introduced. But hey, that's going to be it for this video. You guys let me know down below if you're going to be summoning on this banner or not, if you think it's a trap or it's too much value you got to summon. Let me know all that type of stuff down below. If you enjoyed this video, I highly recommend you check out this video popping up on your screen right now. It's talking about the 7 layers of gacha. If you have no idea what that means, click on it. I think you'll find it pretty interesting. I'll meet you over there, but before we leave, don't forget to drink water.